Hello and welcome to House News. In this episode, we'll present you the latest information coming from the House of Representatives of Indonesia. And now let's see the headlines for today. The Ministry of Transportation projected over a million people will carry out homecoming trips during the 2024 Eid al-Fitr period. During the 148th session of the Interparliamentary Union in Geneva, Switzerland, the Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation of the House actively engaged in discussion on various global issues. The Indonesian Parliament attended the 148th Parliamentary Union Assembly in Geneva, Switzerland recently. The Assembly focused on the theme of parliamentary diplomacy, building bridges for peace and understanding. Commission 8 of the House, together with the government, have agreed to bring the bill on the mother and child welfare to the plenary session for ratification. Home to the world's largest Muslim population, Indonesia gets even more fascinating during the celebration of Eid al-Fitr. The House will supervise the homecoming season to ensure it is smooth and safe. This involves coordinating with relevant agencies to improve infrastructure, transportation, and traffic management. Member of Commission 5 of the House, Muhammad Fauzi, mentions homecoming is an annual tradition which needs comprehensive attention. Commission 5 has conducted working visits to several regions to review the public transportation facilities and infrastructure. Fauzi adds there are still many improvements that needs to be addressed immediately.
Kami juga setelah beberapa hari yang lalu sudah mengunjungi beberapa titik ya, selain meninjau fasilitas transportasi juga fasilitas infrastruktur. Nah, cukup banyak jalan-jalan yang masih perlu sedikit diperbaiki dalam rangka menunjang kelancaran mudik. Mudah-mudahan menjelang 5 hari atau 1 minggu sebelum mudik itu maksimal dilakukan, itu bisa selesai.
Meanwhile, the Director of Law Enforcement of the Indonesian National Police Traffic Corps says the National Police will hold Operation Ketupat 2024 to maintain the smooth flow of homecoming and also increase coordination with related ministries and institutions.
Dari hasil survei Kementerian Perhubungan itu tadi ada 193,6 juta potensi pergerakan. Nah, itu akan menggunakan beberapa moda transportasi. Moda transportasi dari mulai angkutan darat, bis, kemudian kereta api, yang paling banyak adalah kereta api. Kemudian dengan kendaraan pribadi dan sepeda motor. Nah, sehingga itu semua kita persiapkan dengan baik.
Samuel and Julian, TVR Parlemen report. During the 148th session of the Interparliamentary Union in Geneva, Switzerland, the House actively participated in various discussions covering a wide range of topics, including voicing support for Palestinian independence. The chairperson of BKSAP of the House, as well as the member of the IPU Executive Committee, Fadli Zon, mentions Indonesia holds a strategic position in the Assembly due to being active in various committees and executive committees. The Indonesian delegation hold various meetings, including meetings discussing the Palestine issue. Moreover, Fadli emphasizes the Palestine issue demands the world's attention and action. Therefore, Indonesia has submitted a resolution proposal regarding peace in Palestine.
Dalam pertemuan ASEAN Plus 3 maupun dengan Asia Pacific Group, kami menyampaikan bahwa Indonesia mengusulkan draft proposal untuk emergency item atau resolusi terkait dengan Palestina. Jadi kami sudah sampaikan, isu Palestina ini adalah isu yang jelas harus ada suara dari IPU. Pada pertemuan 6 bulan lalu di Angola, dalam pertemuan yang ke-147, Indonesia juga menginisiasi dan mendapat dukungan lebih dari 60% dari seluruh anggota parlemen yang hadir.
At this IPU session, the House introduced a resolution to stop the war, call for a ceasefire, and send humanitarian aid to Palestine. This resolution draft was prepared together with the Malaysian Parliament, and it is hoped to be supported by more than 70% of the attending parliaments so that it can be followed up as a resolution. From Geneva, Switzerland, Dodi Muharam, TVR Parlemen report. The Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation of the House consistently submits a resolution to stop Israel violence against Palestinians in Gaza at the 148th IPU in Geneva. In the ASEAN Plus 3 and Asia Pacific Group meetings, Chairperson of BKSAP of the House Fadlizon invites Asian countries to urge for a resolution for the Israel-Palestine conflict by including the issue in the emergency item draft. Through this IPU session, the World Parliament is expected to give more attention to the human rights violations occurring in Palestine.
Nah, kali ini kita juga bersama dengan Malaysia join membuat satu draft proposal untuk emergency item terkait Palestina, terutama bagaimana bisa menghentikan peperangan ini, immediate ceasefire, dan juga humanitarian assistance, dan juga hal-hal terkait dengan kemanusiaan lainnya. Jadi kita aktif dan tadi sudah disepakati oleh Grup Asia Pasifik untuk menerima resolusi Indonesia.
Previously, in last year's IPU session in Angola, the House, along with 60% of participating countries, urged for a resolution on the Palestine issue as an emergency item. However, the efforts failed because the World Parliament only acted on the resolution supported by 70% of participating votes. Therefore, to support the resolution to end the conflict of Israel-Palestine, the House will invite member countries of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation to join in pushing for a ceasefire. From Geneva, Switzerland, Dodi Muharam, TVR Parliament Report. The House, along with the government, has decided to elevate the bill concerning the welfare of mother and child in the first 1,000 days of life to be discussed at the Level 2 discussions during the plenary session. The chairperson of the Working Committee on Mother and Child Welfare Bill, Dia Pitaloka, stated the bill was named as the Bill on the Welfare of Mother and Child in the first 1,000 days of life because the House and the government focus on child development in the first 1,000 days of life, or known as the Golden Age of Children. The bill consists of 9 chapters and 46 articles. In addition to regulating maternity leave rights, the bill also regulates fathers can accompany childbirth for a period of 2 days or up to 5 working days.
Alhamdulillah, Komisi 8 baru saja menyelesaikan pengambilan tingkat 1 keputusan menyangkut rancangan undang-undang kesejahteraan ibu dan anak pada fase 1000 pertama kehidupan. Kita konsolidasi dengan naskah undang-undangnya, batang tubuh undang-undangnya yang lebih menyoroti, memfokuskan berbagai persoalan yang melatar belakangi adanya undang-undang ini tentang anak di usia ataupun juga ibunya ya di usia 1000 hari pertama kehidupan. Ini cukup undang-undang yang kita lihat cukup komprehensif yang sangat berkorelasi terhadap pengentasan gizi, berbagai persoalan akses layanan bagi ibu dan anak, lalu juga penguatan kesejahteraan hak juga termaksud bagi ibu dan anak. Ada hal baru dalam undang-undang ini yaitu adanya pemberian hak cuti bagi suami untuk bisa juga menjalankan peran dan fungsinya sebagai ayah.
This bill aims to avoid assigning caregiving roles and responsibilities to one side only. The bill promotes shared responsibilities between parents. It also regulates mother and child welfare is not just a family duty, but also the responsibility of the whole community. Furthermore, Dia Pitaloka hopes this bill can be a strong legal basis for enhancing mother and child welfare, especially in improving nutrition and quality of life. Additionally, she believes it can strengthen health system and policies that focus on the welfare of mothers and children. TVR Parlementem report. Commission 5 urged Transportation Ministry to prevent airlines from raising their ticket price during the homecoming period. They also asked the transportation operators not to exceed the upper limit tariff. Regarding the implementation of upper limit tariffs during the 2024 homecoming and return flow, Commission 5 of the House urges the Ministry of Transportation to supervise ticket prices for all modes of transportation. Vice Chairperson of Commission 5 of the House, Andi Iwan, reminds the public transportation operators to not raise ticket prices above the set limit as it would harm travelers.
Bukan hanya untuk angkutan bus, tapi seluruh moda transportasi yang ada di Indonesia ini, di Kementerian Perhubungan ini, kita selalu menjaga agar supaya harga tiket ini betul-betul tidak menjadi mainan ya. Kita harapkan tetap tidak melebihi ambang batas atas kenaikan tiket dalam situasi-situasi peak season.
Hamka Bacho confirms during holidays, especially for air travel, ticket prices often increase due to high demand. This is a common cause of complaints from the public. All airlines in Indonesia are required to follow the upper and lower limit tariff regulations set by the government. The Ministry of Transportation must supervise the application of this regulation, especially during the 2024 Eid al-Fitr holiday.
Selalu kita hadapi memang tiap tahun bahwa setiap event-event apapun, apalagi lebaran yang cukup besar pemudiknya, itu pasti ada kenaikan. Hanya dengan catatan, selalu lagi-lagi saya katakan bahwa apa yang ditetapkan oleh pemerintah, batas bawah dan batas atas, itu harus dipatuhi oleh seluruh maskapai yang ada.
Moreover, Hairul Jaman reminds intercity and interprovincial bus operators not to sell tickets above the upper limit. Thus, people would prefer to use buses for homecoming and return rather than motorcycles.
Agar tidak ada lonjakan-lonjakan gitu kan. Ketika menghadapi Lebaran ini masyarakat membeli tiket ya yang wajar, dan kemudian juga masyarakat lebih mudah lagi apakah melalui tiket online apa datang ke sini untuk angkutan Lebaran ini.
TVR Parliament Team report. Commission 5 of the House urges the government to align the development of the new capital with efforts to address stunting and extreme poverty. This is to ensure the development give positive contribution to the national economic growth. As the end of the 2024 administration approaches, the government is expected to achieve several targets and complete national programs that have been planned. In addition to the new capital development, the government is also targeted to achieve economic growth of 5.2% and reduce stunting to 14%. Therefore, member of Commission 5 of the House, Hamka Bacho Kadi, demands the new capital development to be in line with economic targets and other national programs. He further says the government should allocate the budget for the development without disturbing other strategic programs. Instead, it should support the economic targets.
Apa yang menjadi fokus perhatian, stunting, kemiskinan ekstrim, itu juga menjadi fokus dari pemerintah. Tidak terpengaruh dengan pembangunan IKN. Pembangunan IKN memang kita sudah hitung secara cermat. Anggaran-anggaran yang tersedia untuk itu, sumbernya memang sudah harus dipikirkan dengan baik. Sehingga tidak terpengaruh dengan pembangunan IKN dengan penyelesaian stunting, penyelesaian miskin ekstrim, dan pertumbuhan ekonomi. Karena pertumbuhan ekonomi itulah yang menentukan sumber-sumber pendapatan itu bisa diperoleh.
Additionally, Hamka urges all members of the House to oversee the government's fiscal and monetary policy decisions to ensure the development is coordinated with other national programs in 2024. TVR Parliament Team report. Stay tuned on House News for more interesting stories on Eid al-Fitr around the world after the break. fasting month almost comes to an end, but it means the celebration of Hari Raya comes real soon. House News team will break down Eid traditions in Indonesia that make Eid more fun. Eid al-Fitr, or locally known as Hari Raya Idul Fitri in Indonesia, is a major religious holiday celebrated by Muslims in the country. Indonesians have a unique set of traditions and customs during these occasions. During Eid celebration in Indonesia, it's common for people to sell and light fireworks and firecrackers to add to the festive atmosphere and celebrate the occasion. The loud noises and bright lights of the fireworks are believed to symbolize the victory of good over evil and seen as a celebration and expression of happiness during this special time. Takbiran is the tradition of reciting the takbir, which is the declaration of the greatness of Allah in the evening before Eid al-Fitr. Usually, takbiran is carried out at the mosque or by walking around the village or the surrounding area while carrying a drum called beduk. Sungkem is the name of the Javanese custom of asking for forgiveness at Eid al-Fitr, which demonstrates the respect given by young people to the family elders. The young person kneels and bows their head to the elders' knees and asks for forgiveness. Eid al-Fitr is celebrated by Muslims all over the world, and there are many different traditions and customs associated with the holiday. Here are some examples of celebration in different parts of the world. Eid al-Fitr means festival of breaking the fast and marks the end of the holy month of Ramadan. With more than 2 billion Muslims around the world coming together to celebrate the diversity of cultures and practices, make the experience of Eid al-Fitr is something to treasure and appreciate. The Islamic community in Tunisia celebrates Eid for 3 days. During this time, people make cookies to give their families and friends, such as baklava and various types of kak. Men will go to the mosque first, while women are allowed to stay at home. If they stay at home, women will prepare for Eid by laying out new clothes and toys for their children. Then, Muslim families in Tunisia will prepare lunch at the home of the eldest family member. As a country located in both Asia and Europe, Eid celebration in Turkey are known as Ramadan Festival. Turkish people will wear new clothes and greet each other with Eid greetings. Usually, it is celebrated by visiting and spending time with close family. Traditional Turkish food like baklava are also shared with people during Eid. Additionally, there are puppet shows held in public places to liven up the Eid festivities. The Multicultural Festival in Australia is held as a tradition when the Eid season arrives. Not only Muslims, but the festival also involves all Australians from various states. The Multicultural Festival is open to the public, so it can be attended by people of different backgrounds and religions. The festival features various events, including cultural performance, unique stands, and various children's games. During the Eid, Indonesian cuisine will be dominated by some specific food that you will never find on a usual day. Here we have some of the list of Indonesian food you can only find in Eid day. Check them out. Eid al-Fitr is almost here, and it's time to celebrate this important Muslim festival. Millions of Indonesian Muslims celebrate Eid al-Fitr, locally known as Lebaran. We'll give you some ideas of good foods you can prepare for you and your family during the festivity. Ketupat is one of the iconic dishes served on this special occasion. It is made from rice and steamed until it is well done. The rice is put in the container made from webbing coconut leaves. The moment of togetherness is usually created when people have to make the webbing from the coconut leaves. Chicken curry or opor ayam is also a must dish served in Idul Fitr. What makes it delicious is the coconut milk and other herbs put in the dish. The combination makes opor ayam taste savory, delicious, and unforgettable, especially on special occasions. Rendang originally comes from Minangkabau in West Sumatra, but it is served everywhere in Indonesia, especially for special occasions like Idul Fitr. Rendang is made of beef meat and other ingredients such as coconut milk, meat broth, and cumin powder to make this dish taste savory and very delicious. And that's the House News for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of House News only on TVR Parlemen.